who or what inspired you to get into music production?
I mean, you know, just likes of Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, Prince, Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones, Pete Rock, Jay Dilla. The names go on, you know what I'm saying? Like Marvin Gaye, Coldplay. I can name a few. It's a lot, you know? I've been into music for years. I can even go back and thinking of just me listening to music on the boombox back in the days in the 80s. You know, just listening to music on the radio and getting my little tape, recorded stuff from the radio. My mom's, my pops having a record collection. You know, just listening from there, you know.
Right. And what type of instruments actually do you play?
Oh, I play a lot of instruments. I play keys, I play the sax, I play the guitar, I play drums. I play all sorts of instruments.
Okay, and is this formal training or you learn on your own?
Mostly, I learned on my own. The keys, I actually had a little formal training when I was a young kid. My mom put me in piano lessons. But since then, after that, like I taught myself how to play the keys, and just being passionate about music and listening to all types of different genres. Just being fascinated with different instruments, I just decided to learn to pick up instruments myself and just learn how to play certain songs. And
okay.
You know.
So you play. So you don't only do music production with equipment, but you also play live instruments.
Most definitely, most definitely.
Okay. So have you ever considered playing in a band?
Yeah, there was times I wanted to play in the band and all that, you know. But it's hard to keep people together. You know what I'm saying? Like you can even see throughout history with bands. A lot of bands, it's hard to keep them together. A lot of people want to go solo because, you know, they got the attention on them, you know. But I just feel like I work better by myself, man. I'm a one-band man. So,
okay. All right. So do you mix your live instruments with your studio equipment?
Oh yeah,
for production.
Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely. I try to, you know, like when I'm making a track, especially like, you know, I don't really like to sample like that. Like I basically just play like the keys. I start out with the keys first, you know, bring that kind of feel first, and then I incorporate all kinds of other instruments in my tracks. So yeah.
What particular music equipment do you use in the studio?
I use all sorts of synthesizers, guitars, VST plugins. You know, basically just meshing VST and, you know, computer technology with live instruments. You know, that's my thing, you know. Just bring the best of both worlds together.
Okay. All right. And do you have a specific type of sound? And if so, what is it?
Type of sound. I wouldn't say I have a specific type of sound. Like, you know, like I love all kinds of music, and you'll hear that in every one of my tracks. Like every one of my tracks, you'll hear essence of hip hop mixed with house. You got rock meshed with R&B. Like you'll get a mesh of all worlds meshed put together. You know. So.
All right. And from listening to your music myself, I see you have a wide range of different sounds, as you said. And I would just like to know what type of artists or what particular artists in the industry would you like to work with?
Anybody that's willing to step outside of the box. You know, I don't like to work with people that just want to work on stuff that's already on the radio, or, you know, stuff that's already been out. Like, everybody has something to bring to the table, individuality. Like within myself, like I have music that's, you know, that I like, and what I create is what I like to hear. And you know, you just got to be yourself and bring individuality. Those are the type of people I like to work with. You know, I don't want to name any names. You know, anybody that's just willing to create something from scratch. That's who I want to work with.
Okay. So, how do you feel about the industry right now, the music industry as a whole?
Music industry as a whole, it's disappointing. Very disappointing. You know, everybody's just doing what everybody else does. You know, I don't feel the emotion in music like that anymore. You know, it's very disappointing. Like, I want to hear more people being themselves and, you know, just putting out stuff that really can mean something to someone. You know, not everybody's gonna like your music, but you will have a portion that will, and that's what matters. You know what I mean? Going into the studio, you know, it's not something that's supposed to be just crafted for a certain type of crowd, or it's not something that's planned. You just got to go in, make the music, put it out, and see what happens. Because just like how you can have a conversation with someone and you could talk about your own personal experiences that one person may relate, or you could be in a room with at least 10 people. 2 out of 10 people will relate to what you're talking about, and that's what matters. If you can touch one person, that's great. If you can touch all, then that's even better. But it's just all about touching at least one person. You know what I mean? Because you yourself, you could be that person that actually likes something that can actually, make a difference. That's how I feel about it.
Okay, and to build on that question, what will you bring to the music industry?
What I bring to the music, I bring basically passion into the music, emotion. Just bring real music back. That's my intentions. Like when people like Quincy Jones went into the studio with Michael Jackson, they wanted to put out something that that will impact the world. Bringing the joy, bringing the good, heartfelt music. That's what I'm basically trying to put into music. You know what I mean?
All right. Hey, so where do you see yourself in the next 3 years?
The next 3 years, I basically see myself, just working with a lot of different artists. Kind of coaching artists to, be better artists. That's what's lost in the game right now as far as, music. Like, people are not building artists to be impactful. That's where I see myself, really coaching, underground artists and making them to big stars.
And last but not least, what would you want people to know about Jay Power?
It's evident, if you see me, I'm all about this. I'm all about music. I'm all about, bringing people together and doing great things, talking about good things, being positive, you know what I mean? Like, of course there's negatives, that's the balance of life, but, at the end of the day, it's all about love and unity, because we only got one life to live. You can't live it short. You see what's going on out there. A lot of people dying, a lot of people going to jail, losing their lives for nothing. So that's what I'm about. I'm about putting people together, doing big things, being great people, and being an impact on this earth. That's what I'm about.